Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sai Kiran. Guys, whomsoever has been subscribed and whomsoever has been encouraging me since the day when I started my AWS series, thank you so much, guys. Today is the last session in our entire Kubernetes series, and next week I'm going to start DevSecOps actually. Right, and today what we're going to do is we are going to install Kubernetes cluster with the help of Kubeadm. Please don't take me in a wrong way. If anyone is not interested to watch this session, you can simply ignore this because this session is actually a useless just because you guys ask me on the community tab poll. For that reasons I'm going to show you how to create a Kubernetes cluster with the help of Kubeadm. Right, the reason why I'm saying useless is when you go to the organizations or when you're hired by like one of the company or organization, the cluster will already be deployed. It's very rare where you're going to get an opportunity to work everything from the scratch and to create a cluster and everything from the scratch itself only, or if you get any handouts from the different organizations, right? In such case you're going to get an opportunity to create all this Kubernetes cluster and all this stuff, right? So let's not waste the time. Let's go and do some practicals on creating the Kubernetes cluster. So I have created three instances. Before coming to the session, let me change this name to worker. This is actually a worker, and the next one is worker 2. I'm going to name this as 2 and I'll name this as 1. Worker 1 and then worker 2 hyphen 1. Great. This is my master server. I have written each and everything here. See the documentation. So make sure that you're following this documentation. It has worked for me. And if you follow properly, then it will also work for you. Got it? But before deploying this EC2 instances, these three EC2 instances, make sure that you're passing these commands in your user data. Got it? So once done, let's log into your master server, select and then connect, scroll down, connect, enter, do everything step by step. Let's not rush, right? So what was the very first step here? Apt update and then apt install containerd. This is actually a container runtime, guys. In real time, you are not going to use a Docker as your container runtime. You are going to use containerd, and nowadays many organizations are also using Creo, right? Let's copy this command, come back here and then paste it, enter. It's going to install. What was the next command? We are just checking ps-ef pipeline grep-i container. Yeah, we are just checking whether the containerd has been installed here or not. Let's wait for it to complete. Okay, let's enter this. You can able to see here containerd is running fine. Come back here, netstat, paste it. Okay, this was not installed. Just copy this, enter. Okay, you can see it's listening containerd. Fantastic. What was the next step? Installation steps by following the official documentation. If anyone is watching this video after 10 or 20 years, guys, make sure everyone will be doing mistakes here itself only. At this particular point of stage, make sure that you're following the documentation. Actually, just open a new tab and then paste it. I'll just go with 1.29. It's 1.30, I think. Yeah, 1.29. I'll just go with it. Select 1.29. Scroll down and select Linux here, right? And then scroll down. Make sure that you're running sudo apt get update, and then the next command sudo apt get update. Done. Paste the next command. Control C. Paste it. It's going to create the keys, I believe. Yeah. Okay. Certificate.authority. Okay. And what was the next command here? Echo. Copy this, paste it. Nice. And then let's install the kubectl and then Kubeadm. Paste it. Let's install the Kubeadm, kubelet, and then kubectl. Done. It has been installed successfully. Okay, fantastic. Let's come back to our documentation again. Installing kubelet, Kubeadm, kubectl. Just now we done with these three. Now what was the next step? We do have installing control plane for the Kubernetes cluster. Okay, just copy this. Just follow the documentation. Whatever I have written, guys, it's working appropriately. paste it, echo, paste it here, Kubeadm init, just copy each and everything. Here I'm giving 192.168.0.0/16. If you wanted to give any other private like 10 dot or 172, you can still go ahead and give it. I'll just give 168, I mean 192.168. Just minimize and then run this on the master node. Enter. Okay, it's getting installed. Let's wait for it. Okay, great. Kubeadm has been installed successfully. What was the next step here? Mkdir. We can also see the, yeah, here it is. Copy this, paste it. Do it step by step, guys. Don't just copy each and everything and then paste it there. Sometimes it's not gonna work. I'll just copy this again. And again, I'm showing this on only 3 node cluster, one master and then 2 worker nodes. Make sure that you're creating 2 master nodes and then 4 worker nodes, right? Sudo change ownership. Okay, let's enter whether the pods were up and running or not. Enter. Okay, if you watch here carefully, everything has been created, only the core DNS, which means the CNI has not been created. Let's go and create the network also, container network. Here we are going to install Calico, guys. Here if you watch carefully, here I've written install Calico network by running the following commands. Just copy this. Make sure that you're doing each and everything on the master node itself only, not on the worker node. Worker node I have written already. Here, see, adding worker nodes to the cluster, I've written the separate block there. Paste it here, enter. Okay, network has been created successfully. Let's go and check whether if it has been created or not. Okay, you get pods hyphen and cube system. Okay, actually it's gonna take some time. If it is taking more time, let's do one thing. Kubectl describe nodes. Sometimes this node will be tainted actually, so I'm just checking taints node role, no schedule. No schedule. Okay, okay, nothing was there. Let's go and see if it has been. Okay, see, if you watch carefully, code DNS one by one, now everything is good, guys. Everything is fine. What was the next step? If creating, no, we do not get this issue. If anyone is getting the issue, just go ahead and taint the node. That's it. Okay, and adding worker node to the cluster, log into the worker node. Let's log into the worker node. Now we are going to log into two of our worker nodes. One is worker node 1 and then also worker node 3, I mean 2. This is worker node 1 and this is worker node 2. Connect. Come back to the documentation. Let's run these three. We are supposed to add this in the user data actually. We have added already, but I'm just showing you. Paste it. Enter. Let's install the container D on the 2 worker nodes. This is worker node 1. Oh, this is master 2. Wait, okay. This I supposed to change the name to worker 2. Okay. Nice. Paste here. You can also do one more thing. You can copy all the commands, whatever I have written here, and then go to the GPT and ask it to automate this with the Terraform or with the Ansible or with the shell script. If you are automating it with the shell script, you can directly paste it under the user data when creating the instances itself only. Right? So what was the next command here? Check URL and then certificates. Paste it. Paste the same on worker node 2. Done. What was the next step? Echo. We are following the same steps, guys. That's why I'm not explaining any. We are following the same step which what we have followed on master. And then apt get update installing. Let's copy each and everything from here to here. Paste it. and then paste it here. Done. What was the next step here? Generate join token on the master node. Kubeadm token generate. Just copy that command and then enter on the master node. It's going to generate one unique token, right? And you are supposed to enter the token here. Just copy this, paste the token here, and it's going to give you one join command. Just copy this, enter. Okay, this is actually the join command. Make sure that you're copying this join command and enter it on master worker node 1, and then also enter it on worker node 2. Okay, join has been successful. Let's go back to the master node and let's enter kubectl get nodes. It should show two worker nodes and then one master node. Okay, if you watch carefully here, control plane is one, and then rest two are the worker nodes, and everything is showing as ready, and then ready. Here under roles, it is showing as none. It's fine. What we can do is kubectl label node copy node hyphen role hyphen kubernetes.io slash worker equal to true. I'll just see whether if it works or not. Enter. Oh, fantastic! It worked. I'll also change the other IP, which is 10 dot. Copy this, paste the IP here, and this is my worker node. Paste it. This also worked. Great. If I enter kubectl get pods again, get nodes. Okay, worker, control plane, and then worker. Guys, if you're watching this session, don't exactly replicate whatever I've shown. Make sure that you're creating two master nodes and then three worker nodes, right? Just like how I created the join command, you are also supposed to create one join command for master. If you doesn't know how to do it, please go and ZPT. It's just one step command, guys. I can show you directly from the documentation, but please just go and do some research for yourself, right? So that's all I wanted to show you guys. Thank you so much, and thank you so much for supporting me all these days. And next week we are going to start DevSecOps. This week I'm going to post the syllabus, like what we are going to cover at each and everything. You can watch each and everything from my LinkedIn channel, and then also you can watch everything from the community tab itself. And also please put it in the comment section, should I create all the Kubernetes videos at one place or not? Thank you so much everyone. Thank you so much for all the support. We'll see you in the next week. Bye bye. Have a nice day everyone.